Hello, world! Oh. Okay. Okay. We're good. We're good. Ninjas! Zamorphos! Sadicelibio! Siliosto! How's you guys doing? I'm gonna stand by. I still freaking love Ike's Part 4 design in this game so much.
Determined to reach the tower at any cost. His group arrives in the Duchy of Tanis, near the Imperial capital. Caught in a sudden downpour, they take shelter in the Duke's deserted villa.
I didn't say I had to go weaken that. I'm sorry, Siliosto. Hey, for what it's worth, I have been having a bad day myself, so don't worry. Heck of a week, eh, team? Did I get to see Iron Lung? I did not see Iron Lung, no. I'm not really much of a horror movie person. Or a movie person in general. This is great. I can't remember the last time I got to sleep indoors. They can be thankful for the rain, I guess. Yeah, the decorations are a little overdone. But the beds will be warm and dry. I'm glad I remembered this mansion was here. Presumably we're the first shield to set foot in here since Oliver was posthumously found guilty of trading in Heron slaves. I understand the Senate confiscated his lands and property immediately after the Mad King's War ended. Well, someone must be living here. The place is spotless. By law, there shouldn't be anyone here. I wonder if someone is squatting. Took your daddy, was lost and kept making assumptions. Oof. Yeah, like I said, scary movies are a bit much for me, so I kinda... It's too much. It scares me too much. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's kind of ironic. I like horror, but I also don't like really watching... Like, I'll put it this way. I can sit down and listen to, like, endless, like, YouTube creepypasta. Like, I can listen to, like, 100 rules pasta videos all night long. Do not, what's it called? Most horror movies. I think my issue is that, like, it's more about the monsters with most horror movies. I guess I just don't like on those visuals. There's something wrong, I feel. I feel that we're being watched. I sense no malice, but there's definitely some sort of presence. Perhaps the master of the house. It couldn't be a ghost, could it? I bet we'll find out soon. I can usually run through most horror games. Of horror movies can be unsettling sometimes. I think it's because I have no control on what's happening. Yeah, no info combo. Well, now I'm curious. I'm looking this up on, Okay. Yeah, the base conversation hinged entirely on Vogue being alive. Oops. Geesh. Well, for what it's worth, I didn't lose anything substantial. It was just one elixir, which I don't generally use elixirs anyway, so it's whatever. But it is a little sad because, you know, I feel bad because we let Volk die. Well, it's too late to go back now. You just go back and, you know. Anyways, let's see here. What's in the shop right now? Not much. Let's see here. Sell a white gem. Then you can figure out what's this. How many missions would that be? A lot, okay? It's a lot of missions we'd have to redo in order to see that one conversation. That only gives us a single elixir. And I'm sorry, at this stage of the game, Volg is just not... he can't keep up anymore. Alright, we are in a post-Nyla recruitment world, and it is... just not something we can go back on. She looks like someone who would marry you and run off with everything before you wake up in the morning. Amy? Ironically, she does have a thing for Ike. Yeah, one of the fire mages got him last chapter, which is kind of sad, honestly. Yeah, not really much you can really sit down and buy anyways right now. Died to the maiden, at least he wasn't maidenless. Hey, that's what matters most, alright? Some of us can never be so fortunate in this life. Okay, so between swords and axes, I should probably focus on axes first, because... Let's be honest here, Ike's gonna cap out the swords very quickly. Let's see here. And Mist should have no issues going forward as far as weapons are concerned. I'm gonna keep her with Floret. And I think in the end game, Floret may be able to get her where we need it to go. Maybe. Should. One day you'll find the right maiden, probably. Hey, that's the thing in Ciliasto. Never give up hope! You don't have to be maidenless! Because the maidens can't afford to be you-less. Maybe. I don't know where I'm going with this line. I just don't like Jammers so depressed. Oh hey, it's a Reaper card that I gave Raphael a while ago. Raphael killed somebody with that once. Okay, so I could cap pretty much anybody's XP at this point. Just good. No Diablo. Mostly because I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of like I'm like 80% red flag. Trust me, no, but trust me, you don't want to. Anyways, I think I got everything I really need here. Yeah, it's not exactly a wrong way to describe it. I'm not exactly what you'd call a well put together person. The domestic abuse statistics 30 days ago. Hi, environment joke, Raymond. It's more of a, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of struggle with the acting generally. Trust me, I realized I'm not somebody who's really capable of maintaining a relationship. Because I'm gonna feel like I have to either pick between, you know, the stream or the relationship, and I kinda don't wanna feel like I have to give up streaming. And I know it's kind of dumb and short-sighted of me probably, but still. I'm not good at commitment. Yes, exactly! Compromise and understanding, and those are awful. We hate those. We hate those in this household. Can't stand compromise or understanding. Don't want to compromise. And I want to understand even less. Anarchy, welcome, Steven. The disciples of order are here. They just appeared in the outer building. Alright, let's get everyone mobilized. General, come quickly. Our friends are in trouble. Friends? We don't have friends. It's more of an acquaintance. You know. Oh my god! Tormod, is that you? Oh god! How long have you been here for? Jeez! Hey, isn't that... It's Tormod. We haven't seen him since the Mad King's War. Extinguish them! Funny you should phrase it that way, you soon-to-be Cinder. Oh, so Rico, welcome, Steven. Look, that should have worked better. Who are these guys, Tormod? It's not these guys that you should be mindful of. It's the fact that you missed out on like an entire game's worth of experience. I am very ready to believe the possibility that the freaking writers forgot that Tormod existed. Like halfway through the game and we're just like, oh. If you look at the people's on stream, tell them I gotta do it in a super chat on someone else's stream, like Sim. It's so embarrassing! But you gotta. And then, I'll still say no. Thank you for the hygiene, Mikey. Street. Ah! Let's see here. No, but I would genuinely believe it if they said, we just forgot about Tormod. Tormod, your backup's here. Just hold your position. Much appreciated. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Wait a second, Ike? What happened to you, musclehead? It's definitely Sir Ike, but your growth amazes me. It's like looking at a different person. Between him and Self, I'm starting to feel a little inadequate. Well, that settles it. I've still got a lot of going to do, so I've got to survive. I can't die like this. Alright, let's battle these guys out. Get ready for battle. Yeah. Alright, let's do this. So... Is everyone ready to go? Like, I'm not... No issues with... Alright, let's take a look here. I feel so bad for Vika. Out of every character in all of the Talius games. Rob writes the Ben Boy after seeing Ike. wins! Like, at least Marum kind of has some decent stats to the whole tiger thing, but poor Vika over here. 25 attack! And the game's almost over. Can't do any damage to an enemy general. Even an enemy warrior should only do about 6 damage to. Downright sad. I don't know, like I think Vika's got a really cute design, which is why it kind of makes me sad that she doesn't really show up at all in this game. Oh, Icon Radiant Dawn is just sick. Like, seriously. No, for what it's worth, like, is honestly one of my favorite character designs in all of Fire Emblem. Especially in Radiant Dawn. Okay, so yeah, we also get the fun that is the part where all of our mounted units are kind of gimped at this stage of their game because of their bad movement stats. So that's fun. Thank you for the follow, Dark King. Yeah, the penetrator. Look, Mist has come a long way, okay? Freaking. I forgot that she gets a really big strength increase upon class change. Also, a bit of an important thing to note, in Ike's map sprite, or an Ike's map model, when he's using an axe, he is using Irvin, his father's axe, specifically. Does that mean that we have our van? Of course not! Because why would they give it to us now? But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of prefer the classic ether animation. Like, you get to games like Fates, where they had a version of Ether in their game, and it's like, the animation was kind of honestly. Just visit the Defiler. The Deflower. Defile her? I barely know her. Exactly. Exactly. Tormod? Why did you come with this tome that you cannot use? And why did you do more damage in the cutscene than you did than you're able to do in the actual friggin' game? Poor Vika! She only does like 2 damage! I don't even know what to say! I mean, she goes fast. Oh, sorry, Anki. I think it's better. I know you've been dealing with a lot of stuff there. They expected you to have used them in part 1. Why would I use a pre-promote in part 1? There is only so much XP to go around at that stage of the game, you know. You want to look smart under the opposite effect, what? Ah! An actually good mist level up. Let's go. You take those. Why is their speed looking kind of mediocre, honestly, though? Yes, he starts with Bolganon here. And that's S rank. He only has A rank fire right now. Oh my god. It's him. The legend. Ah, his silence! I hate him already. I hate him so much. Dude, what is this enemy placement? This really is just to have Ike solo this. That is what this area is. This is just have Ike equip Ragnall and solo this entire area. Because you're not getting people through here normally. Not easily, at least. Ah. Hey, that's supposed to be a secret, Astral Cataclysm. Where does Jeff the Land Shark play into all of this? Also, I guess that this is just generally not looking good for us at all. Okay, jeez. I got a strong feeling I shouldn't even let Tormod go near that guy. Okay, my main issue with the ether animation in Fates is actually the follow-up hit. Like, in my opinion, the follow-up hit being a, being that, like, you know, just, like, reverse, that, like, freaking reverse, that freaking sick backflip is just, you can't go wrong. It has just dawned upon me. I forgot to bring a thief. And I don't suppose any of the enemies drop chest keys, do they? Oh my god, Hutzel! Hutzel's here too! This weird looking potato head. Like seriously man, dents like that don't just happen. That dent? That dent? That's a lifetime of wearing headphones right there. Okay, so I got like a door key. You know what really sucks about this too? I got a good miss level up too right at the start here. And I might after I start this. Okay, what's in the chest? What's in the chest? Statue flag, blizzard, blue gem, red gem, fortify, arbalist. That is kind of hard to say no to, honestly. Now, why on earth did I, Now, why on earth would I give everybody an epilepsy warning? Okay, right, hold on. So... Okay, so I think Fortify and Blue Gem are probably the most valuable things. I still don't know what the point of the statue flag is. Oliver, Duke of Tyrannus, have a care. The last time you faced these enemies, you were defeated, humiliated, and your hair and slave trade was exposed. By the good graces of your fellow senators, you were saved from death and hidden away here. Behind the backs of the Apostle and the Prime Minister, we have kept you safe. Do not fail us. I understand, Senator Hutzel. Rest assured, the savages who dare set foot in my home a second time will be eradicated for the glory of our goddess. Ugly creatures deserve nothing but an ugly death. You'll not regret the lovely mercy you've shown me. Okay. Okay, looks like we're restarting regardless. Well, it's soon enough in the map that I can honestly, I kind of have to just restart that because it's just like, what the frick. Something will get you. And it will be stupid. And then there's a question of how to go about getting Boyd over, or Mist over, up there. She'll have to take the long way around, of course. Ah, 100%. You don't, you forget to look at the enemy's equipment. Next thing you know, it's just like one of your Pegasus Knights just gets freaking one-shot by a random warrior. Oh no. And that's the end of it. Just gone. Then he was gone. You know what the worst thing is? That wasn't even a farmed level up. That was just an actually unironically good level up right there. I mean that when I say it too. It was just an unironically good level up. But you know what? Let's see if we can manage it. I mean, that was 4 stats. It's kind of hard to say no to that one, honestly. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take that one. That was not a bad level up. Look, for one, we're trying to maintain time, and for 2, if it comes down to it, I gotta get Mist and energy drop. I'm not really gonna lose sleep over having Mist and energy drop, honestly. Ironically, the current bottleneck is her speed of all things. You know it. Look, if you're not using performance-enhancing drugs to make your units actually half decent in a Fire Emblem game, are you actually playing a Fire Emblem game correctly? Anyways, Marum, turn this man into cheese. Well, he's already wearing the cheese armor, so I guess it's fair. Give this man an emergency tracheotomy through his skull. Dude, Tormod really needed an extra chapter or something. Or he should have been higher level. Cause like Nyla takes her sweet time returning to the army. But then again, she comes at like level 30 something. Half sword? Not familiar. Here, Half Sword is a physics-based medieval combat simulator featuring historically accurate 15th century arms and armor. We're not afraid to show the brutal nature of medieval combat with in-depth blood and gore features. Oh, interesting, interesting. English reviews mixed. Everything that's kind of hype ends up being kind of mixed. Or always ends up being mixed for some reason. You guys ever notice that? It's like I get hyped for something, and then like yeah, reviews mixed. Oh yeah, no, I'll admit, I'm gonna let mist. Just gonna stay in range. They want to attack our shit. They are free to. Mr. Crossbow, however, will have to wait his turn, because these guys have like 7 of my, You know what? No, I'm gonna just leave it where it is. I might have to take a look, honestly. Seems interesting. Also, Devastator, welcome, what's even? He freaking walks up is kind of stupid. Man, poor guys though, like seriously. It's always Mia's turn. Yeah, basically. Yes, Vantage is nerfed in this game. In Path of Radiance, it's just guaranteed. It's just a flat. It's just flat every single time. You just get first strike every time. In this game, it's a proc, with your speed stat being the determining factor. So, like, the skill activates based on your speed as the percentage, which is honestly kinda dumb. Kinda dumb. Honestly, I think Radiant Dawn and, like, you know, the current version of Vantage is honestly the most fair version of it, because let's be real here, guaranteed, like guaranteed every single time is kinda dumb, and speed stat is too unreliable. In my opinion, modern Vantage makes the most sense. 50% HP is, if you're at half health or lower, you get first dibs. Yeah, because that's the problem. It's not guaranteed. It's like, okay, Mia right here. 36. Those are the odds of Vantage activating. Now, 36 isn't necessarily bad odds. But the main issue is, it's high enough that... Alright. It's a bad enough number that you're really not gonna want to sit down and actually rely on this. Because, like, if it's just, like, pure, like, you know, your speed stat determines whether or not you're even able to use it, it kind of makes it to where you don't really want to actually use it at all. And that, in and of itself, is kind of a problem. Do I really wanna... Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna waste the vigor. I don't care. I don't care. Alright, one, he gets to level up anyways. And Mist also needs to level up. God! Torba does no damage! escort mission. Alright, I guess we'll just send Nyla solo over here. Tormod's best means nothing. Tormod is bad and you should feel bad. Wait, let's take some. I forgot that I gave Ike provoke. I forgot that I intentionally gave Ike provoke so that enemies would just go after him. Makes life just that little bit easier. I'm just wondering how on earth the boy raised by Laguz managed to learn magic. I mean, have you ever seen a Laguz use magic? I haven't. Come on. Show us what that triangle advantage can do. You disrespect all of your family's houses. Maybe he was Saren's old teacher's second apprentice. He taught him wrong intentionally as a joke. Argus. I mean, it does get damage. Just the main issue is just how much it. You know what? I'm sending Mist forward alone with the Wind Edge. I don't think I care enough, and honestly, she has enough resistance. It won't be a problem no matter what happens. They really did make the, what's it called? Most of the activation skills in this game really are just straight up one-shots. There's just nothing you really can say about it, honestly. Like, it's kind of funny when you just sit down and think about it, but it's like, yeah, no, that just unironically is just what they did. Is the canon path of Radiance Mist class change the cleric? I have no clue what you mean by that on Diablo. Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance have linear character progression. So, characters in these games always have the same classes no matter what. There's not really a canon, because there's not really much, there's really nowhere for a canon to go. I did find it kind of interesting how in Path of Radiance she never actually, like in Radiant Dawn, she's still a cleric. Honestly, she's kind of a weird hybrid class, like where she starts off as a cleric that uses swords. Which is kind of neat until you realize she's not all that good. Then she class changes to Valkyrie and she's half decent, so... Little wins. Little wins. Yeah, it's weird, honestly. It's actually kind of weird when you sit down and think about it, because it's like you'd think... But then again, I guess it's like, you know, Valkyrie makes the most sense for a final class change regardless. Suppose it would have made sense they decided to... Ah! She finally capped that luck! Let's go! Maybe I should just dump bonus XP and I miss next chance I get. Clearly, the level ups are, Okay, I don't think she's gonna reach the stage where we're able to actually max her stats out. With bonus XP. I mean, like, she's not bad, but it's like, I kind of also wanted to give Kurth the, I kind of wanted to give the energy drops to Kurth. Then again, no way Kurth is bad, right? Right? Use the best character, Makalov. May or may not be dead. I actually can't remember. Ike doesn't need level ups. He needs axe ranks. You know, the best part is that even when Marissa class changes, she probably won't be much better. Which is kind of thing you think about. You know, until you actually gotta kind of think about it, and it turns into a, oh no. Yeah! I think it's like the only time Colossus will activate this entire run. I still don't understand how Colossus works. It is very much not. This is one of my favorite games, honestly. I absolutely love Radiant Dawn. Actually, it's definitively my favorite Fire Emblem game. I feel like they had an idea, used it for another skill, and then we're just like, screw it, we need to do something with this skill. It's like, so the concept in Path of Radiance is like, it was like the only skill that utilized the build stat. But it did basically nothing because of the way the build stat works. Honestly, I think that's kind of one of those problems with a lot of older Fire Emblems. Constitution is one of those stats that, like, regularly gets brought up, but is just never actually useful. At least Mist finally achieved Mage Killer status. Kind of figured that on. I kind of almost figured that'd never happen. Well, yeah, I know that. Like it makes sense in the Game Boy Advance games, and in this game, build is more so. Okay, we got a strength up. That's good. That's what we're hoping for. I think Mist's strength cap's at like 26 or something like that. It is a very low strength cap, but it's as good as you can hope for. Meanwhile, Ike's over here with like 40, like nearly 40. Or it might just be 40, I honestly can't remember. Like, I played this game a lot. Doesn't mean I remember everything about it. Just means I remember most things about it. In which case, you get the idea. I've played this game a lot. How does the steel axe and the hand axe have very similar hit rates? That's almost disappointing to think about. I mean, for what it's worth, the Ike and Soren conversation, I think, is more dependent on Ike and Soren having an A rank in Path of Radiance. But then again, I can neither confirm nor deny this, because I honestly can't remember. is, I honestly do wholeheartedly support the Ike Soren pairing, honestly. It's like this run through of these games has opened my eyes to the fact that Ike and Soren are too cute of a couple to say no to. Yeah, I got the games physically. But honestly, I kind of prefer it emulating just because it's easier. Oops, not supposed to admit to that one. Honestly, it's plug and play. Dolphin supports it, so you don't really have to do anything in the emulator. It does work out of the box. Wait, Blizzard is long range wind, right? Yes, long range wind, okay. I'll let Soren take on Mr. Mage. And I'll let Mist have this kill, because I've been giving Mist all of them recently anyway, so it doesn't matter. Now, as for the save, the Radiant Dawn save, I do admit, I did just download a file, honestly, because... Dude, Fro? I didn't want to hop... Look, I wanted the second playthrough content. I didn't want the second playthrough headache. Alright? Because, like, I'm gonna be honest. The existence of the second playthrough is kind of dumb. Like, you do realize that Part 4, Chapter 5 makes, like, 0 sense in a world where you do not in a world where Peleus is dead, right? Like, seriously, that entire section is more of a Peleus chapter than anything. Do not care what anyone else says, by the way, on that one. That is just the truth. Like, in a scenario where Peleus is dead, there's really no point to even having this entire thing. This isn't a freaking Elincia moment. Izuka doesn't matter to anybody else. The presence of the chapter only matters in a context where Peleus is in the party. Maybe Tabarn, but then again, any Lagu's character would be disgusted by what Izuka's done. Oh. waiting for Siren to kill him. And he just flares. Ah, later, Diablo. Seriously though, I really don't understand why the second playthrough exists at all. Like, it's just one of those it's one of those decisions where I can't help but just be like, okay, why do you even do this in the first place? Forcing the player to do a second playthrough of your game does not necessarily make the game better. And Radiant Dawn is already a game some people would argue feels a bit incomplete at times, so... do not test us. Because nobody hates Fire Emblem more than the average Fire Emblem fan does. I'm gonna be honest, they really should have ended Choose Your Legends a while ago. At this point, we're slowly just running out of people for it now. Alright. Come on then, Mr. Warrior. Frick, egg fell off. Okay, I still missed to kill this guy. Parsley, welcome, Steven. It's just like one of those things where it's like, you know, the first one made a lot of sense. And maybe even the second and third ones did. But by the time you get to fourth, it really starts to just turn into, wait, why are we still doing this? Like, oh man, I'm not gonna sit down and just be like, you know, there aren't popular characters or anything, but like, I think we're past the point that it really makes sense for some people now. Those few people who are just gonna be sit down and actually be excited about their character winning. Retro, hold on. Let me see here. Hold on, I need to get my dates right here. Retro, I have been waiting for a Fire Emblem 4 remake since 2017. It has been so long, I no longer care. the day I learned that that was basically never gonna happen, broke my heart. It genuinely broke my heart. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, Park 4's map design is kind of trash. I don't think it's unfair to say either, because it's like, dude, we're just at this stage of the game now where it's like, dude, look at this enemy placement. Look at this enemy placement. It's like, dude, look at this freaking murder hole over here. What even is this? Atari, welcome! How's it been? It's annoying because the Engage League showed a layer and everyone thought that was fake. Dude, it's like one of those situations where it's like stuff like Fire Emblem Engage is the main reason why I don't really care much about new Fire Emblem games anymore. Like I would have been down for a Three Houses follow-up like 3 or 4 years ago. Now, I don't care. You can't make me care. Actually, I'm gonna yoink Blade out of there. I don't want it. I'm taking this one back. No, don't want it. Do not want it. Do not redeem. Just so you know, Diablo, the murder hole is a concept that has existed in ancient warfare since basically the beginning of warfare. You see, the concept is you basically make a long hallway. And in that hallway, you have basically just a bunch of like a bunch of holes or something that you can maybe pour liquids or something through. And these liquids, when exposed to human flesh, are very unpleasant. And when I say unpleasant, I mean less of a ew gross and more of a ow! My skin's melting off! Oh god! My skin's melting off! People start screaming stupid stuff like that. Is it LSD or molten lead? I can't tell the difference. They say the same thing either way. The LSD is more fun though. You know what? I'm sending Ike up here. Can Ike successfully... You know, his odds aren't nearly as bad as you'd think they'd be. there we go. His axe strength just maxed out. Now we can stop using this lame hand axe and start using the real weapon we're using. Mostly because Ragnar boosts his defense, which makes him a lot stronger. No. Don't worry. Look, the important distinction here is they're gonna have to come down eventually. Yeah, but I just want to reiterate, this enemy placement is all over the place, kind of stupid, and honestly, I don't really know how you actually go about this without doing pure enemy phase here. I'm not necessarily complaining about the existence of it, it's just more of like this is kind of gross and not indicative of good map design. Sorry, not sorry. Radiant Dawn has some of the best map design in the series. This is honestly benefited by the fact that they actually decided to make maps in the game that have actual height to them. You want to know something? That's another detail that I am surprised has never appeared in the series since. The freaking map height. Like, dude. Why is this not a thing anymore? Like, seriously, vertical maps. I like the fact that they added an actual sense of verticality to the game. It's a small detail, and honestly one that doesn't really matter at all. But it's a cool one, and something that I'm kind of sad that isn't really a thing in the modern games anymore. Yeah, nowadays is you kind of want to do that theme makes. Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm back. Sorry about that dinner. How I feel they bring it back for the Third House sequel. I think that's really unlikely that they will, honestly. But if they did, I believe I would be a bit indifferent, honestly. Mostly because it's like one of those things where I feel like they'd find a way to make it not good. Weenie Mac. Extremely high class, as you can tell. I'll apologize for whatever I want to apologize for. Screw you! The apologies will continue until morale improves. Morale's not improving. You know, I just realized that Mist has a bond with Jill even if she doesn't actually get a support with her. Mist has a lot of bonds too, by the way. Is the Boyd bond canon? I don't know. Like, one thing that is a little bit disappointing is the fact that Radiant Dawn comes after Path of Radiance. And despite that fact, you really don't see much there. An apology, do we have a ukulele? No, we do not have a ukulele. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. Gonna... What do you mean my time flies? Morale improvement is a slow process. Thank you for the subs and all stuff. Oh yeah, it is a new month, isn't it? New month, new... New month. And that's all I can really say, honestly. Yeah, pretty much new bills. New month, new bills. New other things to stress over and not really get any resolution on. 'Cause I'm a winner. It appears that there's been a blunder. A semi-catastrophic blunder that I don't know for sure if we're actually gonna get though. Well, Marcia should be able to survive at least one hit. It is just a... It's a steel longbow. It's at 32. Marcia has a defense stat and a decent HP pool. Honestly, she's got as much bulk as she could realistically have in the current circumstances. And she's not going to be carrying me around for long, so... I think we'll be fine. Maybe. Maybe. reset. Like, Amulus Nyla? Frag, dude. Let's just hope I didn't save too far in the past then. It's whatever. It's whatever. You gotta love when you got that one person who just like they've just got their car going and like it's the freaking like they've got the speakers in their car going so loud that it vibrates your house. And you just have to deal with this fact. Yeah, no, can't hear any of the music. It's pure bass. And listen, I like good bass, but like, dude. Like, have some class is all I'm asking. Like, you're just over here and you're just making noise. I also forgot to heal Ike up, which honestly isn't really nearly as necessary as I probably think it is. Also, this round Ike actually managed to kill the guy. Keep in mind, he was the person in the advantageous position. Ike just won. Didn't care. You know, Raphael doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, again, I really don't know what the actual solution to this is past, like... Because you gotta keep in mind, like, there's so many enemies over here. And they're all just clustered together. It's not even a formation at this point. It really is just a bunch of guys sitting here, waiting for you to just force throw them with Ike and nothing else. That really is the vibe I'm getting, by the way, from it. Yeah, I might be pushing like a little bit too hard here. Clearly this is a scenario in which we just need to have like recharge a little. And then it brings a question of how much can you afford to lose. I really should be giving people healing items. I never do, but I should. I'm gonna drop another battle save here just in case. Yeah, no, in the worst case scenario, I can always just we can get Ike up there easy. It really just comes down to how difficult do you want this to be. And the answer really is it doesn't have to be that difficult. Mr. Longbowman wants to try coming down here. He's free to. It won't end well for him, but he's free to. Alright. It's whatever. How does Mist have better defense than Void does? Not Mist, Mia, sorry. Mist has, like, no defense stat. Look, she's doing her best, okay? It's just, you know, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Difficult. It's just more of a matter of like there's really not much tactics here. It is the raw essence of asking the player to just throw stuff at the problem. That's kind of overpowered. Because he has HP. So he compensates for that lack of defense with a ton of HP. Yeah, okay, we gotta move. We gotta get Ike going in a different direction now, because he's kind of, E. I'm still gonna stand by my position that the weapon triangle is kind of overrated as a mechanic. Like, in my personal opinion, the Fire Emblem games that don't feature a weapon triangle, its absence is not really felt. I know that's a controversial opinion to have, but it's true. Well, that's just insult to injury right there, jeez. Alright, boy, we get it! You wanted them to be dead! He was gonna be dead the next time regardless. Void then proceeds to activate Colossus. Then Adept. Oh wait, no, he activates Adept. Then he activates Colossus. And then... That's all. Okay, some more. Not gonna be quite as hit and runny as I would have hoped for, but still. The problem is in late game Fire Emblem, the triangle slowly becomes less and less relevant regardless. Like, as the game goes on, it kinda, by the end of the game, you kinda stop feeling it. And honestly, I kinda prefer it that way anyways, because, look. The weapon triangle as a concept is kind of overblown. To be honest, I'm right. Dude, I didn't really feel its absence in Three Houses. Like, I don't even think it was a thing up until, like, Fire Emblem 4. know she can kill the skinniest mage alive, but still, yeah, she can kill. Sarn, I'll be fine eating that hit, honestly. Okay, Claire? No. Right. Let's get him out of the way. Before I have a repeat of what happened last time. Yeah, that's not a good misclick either. Mostly because it makes next turn slightly less convenient. Interesting use of a strat that I once used myself to defeat Ike. Unbelievably fun turn ahead. Did I bring our star staff? Serious question. Am I just gonna have to wait like the 5 or 6 turns it takes to get Ike back in the game? Supposed to be tanky. The problem is he's untransformed right now and thus suffering from Laguz being Laguz syndrome. Which unfortunately is terminal. taking a fair bit of damage regardless, so I think. For what it's worth, Maram is not exactly in a good spot right now. Probably won't be for the remainder of the game because he was decent when he started. Now he's just a liability. Okay, so I guess let's put Marcy over here. Shannon over here. Back off, Mom. Let him heal. For God's sake, let Maram heal. Give Miss this kill because it's funny. I prefer the mechanics in this game. I think it gives the Lagos more of a it makes them more dynamic. Because my problem with shifters in most Fire Emblem games is that they feel like any other unit does. There's no real dynamics to how they do stuff. Gah. Well, the main reason why they're good in this game is because the Lagos Kings are so overpowered. Honestly, Shino's one of those characters who, like, in the early game, the guy absolutely just, he decimates pretty early on. Like, he's honestly as good when he joins the group as he is at the end of the game one. Dude, let's be seriously, like, in my personal opinion, I really wish we could have gotten these mechanics in a game that was a little bit better balanced. Like, a game where the mechanics themselves aren't so, what's the word? Aren't ultimately, hampered by the fact that freaking form shift exists, and Lagos just aren't really that present in the game, honestly. Or at least none of the really good ones are. Like, the problem is, like, Lead isn't all that good due to the fact that she has issues with her, like, when she starts. I probably shouldn't send Moron down there. These guys will probably do too much damage. Enough to be worried about. You get most of them near the end. Dude, it's like, this game, no joke, this is like the one Fire Emblem game that gives you more Gotos than you know what to do with. This Fire Emblem unironically gives you so many Gotos, you're gonna be just like, I don't know what to do with all of these. And that really isn't present throughout the series. Like, it's one of those situations where you don't really know what to do with all these really good characters the game just suddenly gives you. Like, half of the late game recruits just are straight up Gotos. Okay, a Goto Goto is a character in Fire Emblem 1. Basically, his main purpose was to ensure the player doesn't soft lock themselves at the end of the game, which, ironically, is still very possible to do by accident, because Fire Emblem 1 was one of those kinds of games, but as a contingency of sorts to ensure the player doesn't do anything too stupid, there was a character named Goto that you'd be able to recruit at the right before the end of the game, and he was a pretty strong mage. But the main point of the main point of the character is to ensure that fuck. Fucking did it again! God damn it! Fuck! This map is very frustrating. This map is very frustrating. Late game Radiant Dawn really is just them throwing enemies, so even just kind of Alright, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, but you need honestly, well, that wasn't really very viable in my preferred version of the game, which was Mr. the Emblem. I'm gonna be honest, I actually really do not like this placement of a Sleep Sapphire. Okay, it's magic divided by 2, so he's got a range of like 14, okay. Nah, dude! You could have possibly given for that one enemy. It's not, no, they're not necessarily auto wins because you still have to strategize. The thing is more of well, for one, it's for thematic reasons. Alongside that, it's also just to make sure the player doesn't do anything stupid and completely soft lock their run. Yeah, no, 14 range is extremely far for one, and alongside that, it's also Hey. Crossbows are annoying, okay? They suck whenever you use them, and the enemy always seems to get good uses out of them. The enemy only ever gets the best uses out of a freaking crossbow. It's extremely rare that I actually am able to use a crossbow and have it actually be worth using. I agree with the consensus that part 4 was probably extremely rushed. And also I agree with the consensus that the most likely there was supposed to be a third game. Because honestly, Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn doesn't really make much sense on certain think about it. Or I guess more specifically, how fast everything goes down on Radiant Dawn doesn't make much sense when you think about it. Also, in case you wanted to know how overpowered Ike is, he just... The guy has so much self-healing available, it's not even funny. I mean, that's not an outright soft lock professionalist. Because again, any Lagus Kings you may have will be there. And you're also required to max out bless Ragnall. It's like you almost kind of have to do, almost have to fail in that regard. Like, you almost have to intentionally screw yourself over there. Okay, my problem with the concept of a prequel game, Volley, is that the fundamental problem with making a prequel game is that you have to remember these characters have to be able to hold an entire plot by themselves. I'm not necessarily saying anything there, but it's like, you take a character who's an absolute blank slate, like, literally could be anybody. It's really hard to turn that into an actual, like, serious contender for, like, a decent protagonist. And I messed up. Fuck. I messed up. I've heard it before with people mentioning, what's it called? What was it? A Three Houses prequel following, Saros. It's like... Maybe? Maybe. That's like the best they can give you. Maybe. Oh, frick. We gotta make this work. We gotta make this work. Locking in. We gotta make this work. Battle saving now. We have to make this work. That was a good mist level up. But yeah, anyways, yeah, but making like, because the problem is also like, you know, again, these are legend characters, you know? And the problem with legend characters is they're not really characters who are supposed to be observed. People mentioned a game following Henri the Great. And, one, Henri soloed that game. Because, like, you want to talk about OP, like, you know, characters, like, freaking Henri, but... Alongside that, there's also just the fact that, there's also just the fact that, yeah, no, dude, like, seriously, that's like one of those characters where it's like, he just straight up solos. I'm pretty sure the reason why he's so heavily regarded in lore is because he just straight up soloed that. Did not care. But the problem is that like you have to basically add a personality to these characters who, in all honesty, were not intended to have personalities. No, that was Altina. Henri was the guy from Marth's time, from the Marth games. No, that was Altina. And we all agree Altina was just, you know, extremely based. Okay, like, you know, that's just that's consensus right there. Everybody likes Altina. Miss? Yeah, of course not. They really do not want you using flyers in this one, it feels like. But it's like, again, it's like cool is one matter, and actually good character is another entirely. Because the problem is there's a lot of characters in the Fire Emblem series where it's like, you know, we can have an entire Fire Emblem game where your character is just aura farming. But then, like, we're probably looking at writing on the levels of Fire Emblem Fates. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much you actually want that. Because I agree, Altina was pretty cool. But the question is, can she hold up a game solo? Honestly, Three Houses plot wasn't all that good. I definitely agree with Mizu's primary criticism of the game. That being that, there's no unified timeline. Oh, I know that as well. The writer really is important in that case. My main point is also, like, you also have to incorporate another additional characters alongside them to hopefully complement them, and that's honestly a may or may not even be possible situation. Ah, wonderful. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, he survived. Like, are you kidding me? We're doing this now. We're doing this now. Okay. Got it. Yeah, he didn't die. He didn't die. It's like I was kind of running the math in my head when the guy popped up as well. Like, is he gonna crit? Can Boyd take a crit? He did. Boyd just has that much bulk. Still not happy about it though. We're just doing this. This is what we're doing. It's really stupid, but we're doing it anyway. I hate it. Hate every minute of it. Alright, now Marcia, don't die this time. She's... meh. Of course, I didn't get my 15% crit. Oh, also another part about making a potential prequel is also the capacity to accidentally disrespect the entire plot of the original game, which is something that I know you don't really want to consider as a possibility, but it is something that can happen and is something that should be considered. Yeah, you gotta respect the possibility that something could come in and just run the entire game. Because the last thing you want to do is make a game featuring legacy characters that the fans don't like. Because that one is also a cardinal sin. really do just want me to have to, like, hold off as long as I can and just wait for this guy to freaking run out of sleep staff uses. I like when the enemies use crossbows. Mostly because crossbows are high-key kind of worthless. Honestly, professionalist that, but unironically. I'd rather never have them revisit Tellius than to have them sit down and make Ike the freaking play second fiddle to some random brand new female character that nobody cares about. And no, Micaiah would not count because Micaiah is not a new character. Though some people did complain about Micaiah when this game first came out. Honestly, though, Micaiah's character is, in my opinion, tastefully done, actually. I do not feel pandering when I think of Micaiah. I think only of contempt. When I say contempt, I mean like I think there was somebody in the dev team who did not like Micaiah. Because it's like you just watch the entire plot of what happens with Micaiah and it's just like, God. She really does spend the entire game being punished for the crime of being a Fire Emblem protagonist. I mean, okay, the biggest issue is that Micaiah suffers from Roy syndrome. Micaiah has the same problem that Roy has. Promotes too late. If Micaiah promoted, like, the biggest issue also comes down to the fact that the reason why Micaiah promotes so late is so that she actually has an opportunity to get the freaking levels she needs. Alright, Diablo, I think you have a nice night. Sleep well. Yeah, but it's a funny one. It's a funny one. Three. It has 3 uses. So the good news is that he is now officially done using sleep. The bad news is it's far from over. when I said it when she started, when she joins the team initially. Nyla is an endgame unit from the word go. She is unironically one of the strongest units in the entire game because not only is she not only does she have form shift, which means that she can just stay transformed infinitely. She also has what's it called? She also has the no, fuck. Sorry. She also is in one of the strongest Lagus classes in the entire game. Wolf Lagus are no joke. Like, there really isn't much that you can say about them other than they are unbelievably strong in this game. That guy? He couldn't even hit her. They have probably the dumbest stat spread. They are the Lagu's equivalent of the mercenary class. They just have a really solid stat spread across the board. Not crazy strong, not crazy weak in any areas. It's just like, you're dead. That's really all there is to it. The only thing that could possibly make her stronger is if they gave her ether or something. And I don't see why they'd give her ether, honestly. But, you know, whatever. What? Welcome. How's it even? Yeah, but Nyla's like on Ike's level as far as just like really strong characters go. Just been killing it playing Arcanate though. Ah, no worries. If you make it every day this week, you move to 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift Monday next week. Oh, that's good to hear, Anarchy. I mean, like, yeesh. Actually, those are long shifts. I hope that you're doing okay, Anarchy. I've been kind of worried about you lately. Kind of been, you know the spiral when you see it. That sort of thing, huh? Yeah, but the sleep stop is kind of annoying because they didn't bring a restore, so now, this is gonna ruin my low turn count run! The joke here, of course, being that we were never doing a low turn count run. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Just try to get as much sleep as you can, Anarchy. Kinda hate seeing you spiraling. But I also know it can't really be helped all that much. Life's just doing what life does. Well, that's good at least. Honestly, one of the reasons why I don't like doing night shifts is purely because you feel like you can't do anything when you get home. Honestly, if I could take any shift, it really would be the 9 to 5. Because I think that's the best combination of things you can get there. I think we're good over here. That's it! Screw it! I'm having Nyla clear people out over here. One rounding nights is kinda wild. Not gonna lie. Also, remember that throughout the game, Nyla hasn't gotten a single level up. Also, I do admit I haven't really been doing too good on the whole getting sleep stuff. I mean, I could be doing worse, but I also know I could be doing a lot better as well. Nature of the life, I suppose. I had a couple of incidents earlier. Ike certainly refuses to die, though. Can't believe that guy just freaking tried doing that, by the way. It really is just, you know, just freaking... How annoying do you want this section of the game to be? Yes. Yes. we just randomly drop a meteor guy in the middle of this group of mages. Nice. Hope you're prepared, because either I aren't. Screw it. Nyla keeps doing what she's been doing then. Alright, steel longbow dies now. I get that, Anarchy. I definitely hope it feels a bit better. I mean, yeah, it's like, okay, cool. I mean, you know, those mages, they'll make a good, they'll be good for helping Mist get some extra levels. Raphael is basically immune to magic at this stage, so, you know, he won't feel much. The speed is non-existent, but he won't feel much. Guess we'll go send Mist over for some spare levels. And yet I also feel like I should really focus more on getting Mist bonus XP, so I don't know. No, actually I do know. The answer is clearly bonus XP is the best option here. Actually, they would give these guys to Soren. Soren's got the same resistance as Mist. And he can probably do similar damage. Because they're all mages. I'm gonna drop a battle save here and we're just gonna go with that. Please don't try that again. You're only embarrassing yourself. honestly. I'm embarrassed for you. Oh, that's good to hear, Anarchy. I definitely do hope that I've been helping at least a little. I know that life can be pretty rough sometimes. And I like being able to do what I can to help out, because, you know... It's nice knowing I'm able to make at least a bit of a difference. I think I remember seeing one mod where Mist's unique weapon for it uses her magic stat rather than her strength stat. I'm a freak! Dude! We did not ask! Why are you here? What even is this? God! Like seriously, like what the frick? They just suddenly decided to pop up all at once. Who do you think you are? And now I gotta figure out where I can dump Marum that I'll be safe. The answer, by the way, is functionally nowhere, because... Seriously, Meteor Tome at this point in the map, at this freaking... It's awful, it's awful. The only person getting XP this map is gonna be Ike. I'm sorry to break your heart like that, but it's just the truth. Nobody else realistically can get XP right now, because honestly, this entire section right here is just, dude, what the fuck? This is the Ike needs to grind chapter, and oh fuck. Okay, listen. I need to see if I can get some of that experience transferred over to Boyd. Because Ike is now in perfect range for me to cap most of his stats with bonus XP. I think I can cap his magic. And if that happens, I'm giving Ike imbue. I'm making Ike Diet Black Knight at that point. And I can't and I would not respect myself if I didn't at least attempt to do this. You know what? I'm sending Nyla back down actually so I can guarantee some stuff. Frick, I don't like Heather being out here though. This Heather positioning is unideal. Okay, I'm gonna Marcia rescue Heather then for now. While we get this sorted, because I... Professionalists don't sit down and like act like the Black Knight isn't the actual most overpowered character in this game. You have to remember, the Black Knight is unbelievably overpowered in this game. His stats are too undeniably good. It comes down to caps. Ike's stats cap lower than the Black Knight's. You're kidding, right? You're kidding, right? Boyd! But you gotta stop! You gotta keep like just going in there and just eating up all the crits. No, actually. It's significantly worse. Also, it's called Eclipse Volley. No. The stats for Eclipse go like this. 100% damage reduction. 5 times damage. Fuck you. I think the two are about even on speed, honestly. I think Ike is like 2 points faster. Maybe? I can't remember, actually. Hey, listen! Listen! I played Heroes too, okay? It's fine. It's fine. I'm one of those degenerates that liked Heroes too, okay? Okay, so Boyd's probably gonna die, right? We're just gonna accept this as a fact now. Like, it's gonna come down, and the guy's gonna use Meteor on him, and then Boyd's gonna die, right? This is just the expectation. Oh, I just capped out a sword rank. Not that it's necessary. Oh! Gonna use it on Ike instead. I mean... I won't complain. Okay, so we can please avoid getting Ike. Okay, Ike is gonna get at least to level 15, which is not ideal, but it's whatever. I'll manage. It's like I said, I'm not gonna complain, but it's like... Alright. Like I said, he needs to do bonus XP now, because like his magic and resistance growth's not really that high, so it's whatever. But finally, Mia is ready to go. Alright. But like, I'm thinking he could at least cap his magic stat at this rate. Okay, no, he's not capping magic, but... resistance might be on the table. Alright, let's get Meteor. Alright, let's kill him. Yeah, I know, I was just talking about it, but you know what? Truth is, doesn't matter. Because we need this guy dead. You know, I find it weird how if an enemy doesn't have a weapon, or if, like, one thing that would have been nice to have seen is, animations for when characters are on the ledges. See, that's the real next gen of Fire Emblem animations. Ledge animations! Let's go! Mist is another character who I'd like to... I'll take that level up, honestly. That was not a bad level up. It's like so long as he gets at least 3 stats, I don't really care so much. Also, I like how there's just unironically lore reasons why Raphael is so can't fly. It's just kind of neat, you know. Very risky, I know, but I do have a plan. Don't worry. Part of the plan has fallen through. Okay, so Boyd has a decent enough avoid rate versus the halberdiers. Now we're just gonna yoink. Actually, may as well give Shinon some pot shots while we're at it. Tormod is useless. And I hate it. So now for the most part the enemy just has to get lucky in order to kill Boyd. Because Boyd is at full health and he will not die easily. Alongside that, he also has a decent enough avoid rate to where he'll at least avoid enough attacks. Because see, the important thing isn't about not getting hit at all. It's about avoiding enough attacks. Wait, why is he useless? I mean, I'm not saying Shinon's bad. I'm just saying, like, in this run, I haven't really leveled him up much, so it's kind of honestly. Wasn't gonna do any damage anyways, and you still decided to adept him. Wouldn't even let him shoot his shot. Just kill him. Oh, Tormod? Yeah. Okay. Look, the problem is like, dude, I'm sorry. These numbers just are not good enough. Wait, look at this. 6, 5. And these aren't mages. These are enemies who, like, you're supposed to be good against. Problem with Tormod is like, he is one of those characters who just... He is a very good case study for why this game could be doing a lot better in terms of giving characters... And that's with Meteor, by the way. Like, you know, like that's like your long-range tome right there. And I know they kind of gimped long-range tomes in this game, so I'll give you that one. Doesn't really change how I feel about it, though. No, that's the thing. Like, it's really freaking hard to make Tormod great in this game because like he comes in so late and they wait so long. Like, he comes into the game so late, it's really hard to sit down and justify actually using him then. And I genuinely do not understand why they did that to him. Yeah, no, Mist is one of those characters, like, once he gets mounted, bad way of putting it. Once she gets a horse, she suddenly becomes a very good unit. I actually did see a thing where somebody did a Floret using magic mod. She actually can take the Black Knight under those circumstances. So, if this game had magic swords, Mist actually might have unironically been able to take out the Black Knight. Knowledge that kind of hurts. really does hurt, by the way, because it's like, you know, as the resident mist stan. Yeah, no, it's really funny when you sit down and think about it, but like seriously, her magic stat is so unbelievably high, and yet swords is her main thing. Like, her strength is okay, I guess, but the problem is she ends up being one of those characters who's very much being held up by their weapon. And don't get me wrong, she comes out like kind of average at the end of the day. If you level her. If you don't level her, she probably won't be good at all, because it's missed, but... If the almighty power of favoritism comes into play, which this is Fire Emblem, so it's not unreasonable to presume that can't happen. This can be decent. Problem is the amount of effort it takes to do so. Also, you gotta maybe pump some bonus XP into her, because, you know, she is one of those units, unfortunately. At least she can actually, you know, come out as a decent physical attacker in this game. I mean, she's pretty bad in Path of Radiance as a physical attacker. Well, it's like one of those things where this is a game where there are no magic swords. There is no rune blade in this game. Alright then, I guess I'll try to set up Mia and Boyd as our as the entry team. Which is not something I like the idea of doing, mind you, because it feels unreasonably dangerous. But yeah, anyways, Lagos Alliance deserved better. And they did. I will stand by this position. They did. Yeah, I hope that work doesn't end up going too bad for you, Anarchy. Just for it looking 11 out of 45. Okay, we still got a few uses out of it. Just gotta be careful. Again, I'm probably gonna end up having Mistress use 4 out at the end of the day, because, like, while yes, technically Alendite is the flat upgrade, there's a lot of people who are on the list of people who will want Alendite. Not the least of which being, of course, Meg, Destroyer of Worlds. So, you know. to get me a level up. That's an annoying enemy heal. Screw it, let's crack out Excalibur and see what this does. Take it, the freaking lag! Sorry. Sorry, please don't. My computer can only take so much. I don't think a magic attack has done that in this game so far. Sword, you gotta think about what you're doing. Come on, not even. And yeah, seriously, like, what the frick, Soren? Soren, I know you've been holding some things in, but God, have some class, man. Dude! Alright, redemption! Redemption! I was like the peak of just, nah, I'm just messing with ya. He just intentionally misses the first attack, and just after that, he's just like, nah, I'm just messing with you, and then he activates Ada. I'm just messing with ya. I'm battle saving now because I don't want to end up having issues. This poor guy doesn't know what he just did. You know what really sucks too? In the end game, this thing's gonna have infinite uses. And it's just the obvious pick for the one tome I should give Soren. And this is the animation. Every single turn is just gonna be that. Soren just coming in here killing our frames. Oh, also to add to other just attacks that are really busted. Astra! Oh my god! Astra in this game is stupid. It is 5 full force attacks. Absolutely no gimmick. There is no but, there is no... There's just... It is a full force attack. Astra in this game is really dumb. And we love it for it, mind you, because, you know. Because rent prices go up. I cast damage ram! Then he's just now then. Hey guys, look, I'm actually using the biorhythm mechanic! I'm using the biorhythm mechanic like as intended! Look guys, I'm using the biorhythm mechanic! Isn't that incredible? Isn't that just unheard of? Applaud me for using the biorhythm mechanic! Why does biorhythm exist? Exactly, Lush, exactly. If this game had achievements, if this game had achievements, one of them would have to be actually used bliss. I'm gonna be honest, I genuinely do not understand why you would want to use anything other than bliss. Or, I mean, other than vigor, sorry. Letting a unit move twice is honestly generally better than almost anything else the Herons can do. The only thing that may potentially be there is the one that lets Lagoos refill their transformation gauges. But that requires, I think, you to level up a Heron to level 40, and nobody's doing that, let's be honest. You're not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's an ask. Too much of an ask for most people to do. It's an enormous ask that I just don't understand why anybody would actually do it. Because one, if you're already committing to that level of positioning, it's already pretty bad, most likely. And biorhythm, I think, is like at most like 20 extra hit and avoid. Which isn't bad, but it's enough. It's a small enough number that you're kind of just gonna think to yourself, eh? So let's try to not burn out Rex Caliber too quickly, because I know I was kind of on my way there. Actually, now I'm gonna have to take a look at the, I'm sure retro achievements for this game have to exist. I doubt they don't exist, because, you know, I know how people are with some games. Okay, I'm battle saving again just because honestly I really don't want to end up losing this because this has already gone on quite a while longer than I would have liked it to have. Like, this one map has honestly been the entire game so far. Or about the entire night, so... Hey, professionalist. Oliver is beautiful. What are you talking about? I don't really know what the best way to go about this is, honestly, because this is kind of an intimidating spot to be in. Yeah, exactly. Like, seriously, it's like, you know, indescribable. That's the best way to describe his beauty. Indescribable. He's just too beautiful. Soren! Stop killing everyone! I don't know, I guess we'll just have to see professionalist. Was there a mechanic on how to use it? No, because biorhythm is like a weird passive mechanic. Oh, Oliver is like a peak meme. Honestly, a Fire Emblem fan that does not absolutely love Oliver is just not a real Fire Emblem fan. I'm sorry to say. There is no greater symbol of a fake fireman fan than somebody who sees Oliver and thinks only to recoil in terror. God, why is the lag? Why is it lag? Dude, I just find it funny because it's just like, it's freaking wild. This game only lags under two circumstances. Character's class changing. And freaking Rex Caliber. The game is normally stable. Ah, frick, I don't know how to go about this. Okay, wait, hold on, we'll... Okay, wait, so send me over there. Nyla shoves me, refresh. Cause I need to keep Ike and Miss from gaining too much XP. Yeah, wait, I should be fine. Okay, hold on. Wait, something Nyla isn't guaranteed to kill? Dang. This guy must be the Black Knight in disguise. Well, till that happens. I gotta love Savage. Jokes aside though, yeah, I do know I need to get around to doing the tag tier list at some point. But that'll probably take a good while, cause you know, lazy. Oh no. Oh, you are truly a banquet for the eyes, as well as the spirit. I am quite overcome. Unhand me. But how is it that anyone could risk a precious treasure like you in battle? What if something marred you? What are you talking about? Don't worry, pretty bird. I'll save you. You need someone who can give you loving protection. Someone like me. This sounds like bad hentai dialogue. I'll take you away from these savages. I would never let them lay a single finger on you, my precious. No, the jealous cretins mustn't ruffle a single feather. I'll have to kill them. Come now, come to daddy. Alright. Deeply. Very uncomfortable. Does Nyla have any conversations with him? Hold on a second. Aren't these your men? Why are you fighting them? It's quite simple, really. A true guardian of beauty stands with those who are beautiful. If your exquisite harem prince will not stay here in my home, I must follow him. I have seen death. It holds no mystery for me. Only my pursuit matters. Rest at ease, friends. Look, would you mind rejoining the enemy? Bringing Oliver over here, just walking in and just absolutely making everyone deeply uncomfortable. He's honestly probably got to be the absolute weirdest Easter egg character in the entire series. Okay, we got an arbalest. Extremely powerful crossbow and also just... It's like 38 might's cool and all, but it's like... That's your max damage. Oh, also... Oh my god! Is that what awaits me if I decide to have Micaiah spec into Nosferatu? Just that? Every single turn? Or is that just Oliver being too powerful for us? Honestly, that's probably more lag than I've ever seen in this game. That's I think the best part of it. Cause yeah, I'll be honest, I considered, you know, like it does come between a couple of different things when it comes to like what weapon to give your characters. And I was considering giving Micaiah Nosferatu instead of Axora. Because they are kind of their own things, you know? Alright! Route complete. Guide. Well, another storm weathered. It's late. Everyone try to get some sleep and be ready for tomorrow. Meanwhile, Oliver just joined us. We're gonna casually ignore the many crimes the man has committed. Wiped out. Not a man left standing. It must be the will of the goddess. You. Who are... Raphael? How... You're still alive? I'm so glad that you're safe. I had nothing to say to you. So, you know then. What we did was unforgivable. I was against it from the beginning. I argued with the others time and again. Ah, what's the use? It doesn't matter what I say now, Raphael. Despite everything, I'm very happy to see you're alive. But I beg of you, stay away from the capital. You must not anger the goddess. I've seen that man before. He's a pretty influential senator, isn't he? His name is Hetzel, Duke of Asman. I owe my life to him. Like, I'm sorry, but we can talk. Can we talk later? Raphael needs to rest. Yes, of course. Nah, but it might not be a bad way for me to have Micaiah, you know, train, because... Yeesh. So why are you guys here anyway? You don't believe me, but it came into me in a dream, Mike. A dream? Yeah, shortly after that light turned everyone to stone, I had a really strange dream. I don't remember it very well, but it was like there was a voice in my head whispering encouragement. When I woke up, I knew what I had to do. I knew that everyone who hadn't been petrified is heading to the Tower of Guidance, and from there we'd all be saved. I had the same dream. I thought this must be a divine revelation, so I left the desert to make for the tower. Yeah, what's your source, Tormod? That's a good argument, Tormod, but I'd like to see you back that up with a source. Sounds like more of Yune's handiwork. Agreed. This is a way of gathering able bodies. I suppose the goddess of chaos will do things her own way. Yune? Isn't that the dark goddess you keep hearing about? Should I even be listening to her? I can't really put it to words, but I can feel it inside. Listening to her is the right thing to do. I guess it's a lot like the dream you described. We Lagos are pretty intuitive. I feel it in my blood that Yune is the goddess of our ancestors. Alright, that makes it a little easier to come to grips with. It's so freaking sad too, because like you get freaking all three of them. They should have probably been present in part 4. Or sorry, part 3. But no, they're just missing the entire game. They maybe get like a couple of mentions here and there, but that's it. Are you feeling any better? Yes, much. Sorry if I worried you. That was quite a shock. No problem. Can we talk about it? I'd like to know more about you and that man. Yes, Hetzel. It was some time ago now. A little while before the Serenus massacre. I was alone outside the forest. There I was found and captured by Bjork slave traders. The slavers sold me at auction, and the winner was Lord Hetzel. I didn't know until later, but the bidding for me among the senators was extremely competitive. Lord Hetzel actually spent much of his fortune on my purchase. After he took me home, I fell deathly ill, mostly just from desperation. Lord Hetzel was deeply moved by my plight. He brought me to a temple and spent many days nursing me back to health. I had no doubt that he saved my life, but my wings never fully recovered. I haven't been able to fly since. Lord Hetzel felt terrible. Do you know what he told me? He said, once you fully recover, you can return to the forest. Members of the Heron clan, we can look into people's hearts. I knew the truth of what Lord Hetzel said. He was being absolutely honest. I knew I could trust him from that moment on. Are you feeling any better? Yeah, it's just that that's like the 15th time I've been misidentified as female. Then, the Serenus massacre. Thank you for the hydrate. I didn't need to be told. I would have felt the suffering of not many of my brethren from anywhere in the world. Lord Hetzel never said anything, but I knew that the senators had murdered the apostle and blamed my clan. Because of the monstrous ambition of a handful of men, my entire race was burned to ash. Raphael. Late that night I returned to the temple. Something happened to me there. Some sort of force took hold of me. The next thing I knew, I was lying in the sand. If Queen Nyla hadn't come, I would have died right there. I didn't even realize how far I was from my dear home. So Duke Hetzel is both your savior and your enemy. Hetzel was not directly involved, nor did he give orders to those who were. Something about him still troubles me, though. Whenever I think of him, I feel chaos boiling up from his heart. I sense it in myself as well. I have the same feelings welling up in me. I suppose that's why I can accept it in him. your people, the remaining Heron tribe, they were also changed. King Tamarna said many times that Rayson and Leanne are far from typical Herons. Yes, I was surprisingly met again. They're both so strong, and vitality seems to shine forth from within them. Makes you wonder if chaos is really all that bad, doesn't it? I'm starting to think that the world needs is a balance between order and chaos. What do you think? I don't know. I think there's some things we're not meant to understand. Dang it, it's the freaking Force all over again! Okay, so it's like 9 p.m. on my end, and I don't think I can get through another chapter without it taking like 3 hours. So I'm gonna call it here. Because I'm also feeling a little jaded. Yeah, it's just, I'm sorry, I just feel like I'm not really, feeling like continuing today, It probably doesn't help that I've also kind of been going through a lot lately, so... Yeah, I think I'm gonna just read out and we're just gonna call it then. At least I got Oliver. Well, I was gonna at least finish this chapter. I just didn't expect it to take as long as it did. And my thing is, like, you know, I'm feeling like the Izuka chapter is a bit more straightforward. But then again, I can't say with any certainty. Because I also know it's a swamp chapter, and those are also known for, difficult. I'm gonna give it to Razor. He's currently playing some Helldivers. And, yeah, so, tomorrow, I need to set up Splinter Cell Blacklist. Frick. Not looking forward, honestly. Conviction kind of killed all hope I had for the series. And I'm expecting, at best, Blacklist is going to be like, okay, it's not as good as Chaos Theory, but like, you know, like that sort of deal. It's like the best I'm expecting. I have never played Blacklist, though. Anyway. Thank you all very much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. So, good night.